Yes, our time has elapsed. Very important is also to learn about how the Ottomans loved and protected Masjid al-Aqsa and Palestine, especially many of the rulers of the Ottoman Khilafah. And also remember Sultan Abdul Hamid rahimahullah. And also, because this is our program on Sahaba radiallahu anhum, let's all of us do some research on the different Sahaba radiallahu anhum who were sent to these holy lands. The Sahaba of Shaam radiallahu anhum and the Sahaba who are buried in Palestine, like Hazrat Ubadah bin Samit radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Shaddad bin Aus radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Tamim ad-Dari radiallahu anhu, who we just discussed, was given properties by Rasulullah in the lands of Khalil. Allah's Nabi sallallahu gave him these properties. Interesting is when 500 years later, approximately that time, where there was one governor who said that these lands cannot belong to the family of Hazrat Tamim radiallahu anhu. How could Allah's Nabi sallallahu give him something that Allah's Nabi didn't own? Allahu Akbar. Imam Ghazali rahimahullah passed fatwa and passed the decision at that time that these statements can make one lose his iman, that Allah's Nabi cannot give what he doesn't own. Allah's Nabi was giving people lands in Jannah. Allah's Nabi gave someone lands in this world, it goes to that person. And the case was won by the offspring of Hazrat Tamim ad-Dari radiallahu anhu. And that was also approximately at this time, which was 500 Hijri. Anyway, one is Palestine, the other is Shaam. Shaam is such a Mubarak land. There's so many Sahaba radiallahu anhum buried there. One is Hazrat Wathila bin Asqa radiallahu anhu, the last Sahabi to pass away in Dimashq. The other buried not far from there in the lands of Shaam, Hazrat Ubay bin Ka'ab bin Qais radiallahu anhu. And Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu anhu is also buried there. Hazrat Muawiyah, who was Amir al-Mu'minin, Hazrat Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Fadala bin Ubaid radiallahu anhu, a great Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a great scholar. Hazrat Abu Darda radiallahu anhu, and his wife Hazrat Darda Sughra radiallahu anha. Hazrat Bilal radiallahu anhu is buried in these lands of Sham. So many Sahaba radiallahu anhu. These are lands where Allah's Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ulaika malaikatullah basitatun aydiyaha ala Sham." Allah's malaika are protecting these lands, are hugging these lands. Subhanallah, Allah Ta'ala protect these lands. But the system of these lands and Masjid al-Aqsa and Palestine is a lesson for the Ummah. Allah Ta'ala protects these lands in accordance to the a'mal of the Ummah. We heard from our elders years ago when Deen had come out of the lives and the first Jamaats arrived there from our elders and they went to bring alive Deen there. And subhanallah, Hazrat Mawlana Yusuf rahmatullahi told the Jamaats going to these regions, don't judge the people there, but if we see anything inappropriate, we should judge ourselves that we reached late. And how these Jamaats made effort, Ya Allah, in these lands, subhanallah. But at first there was a great need, like in the year 62, Hazrat Maulana Umar Paranpuri rahmatullahi's Jamaat's Karguzari was that there was no one to perform Salah in Masjid al-Aqsa. But alhamdulillah, this effort of Deen and the efforts of Deen, Allah Ta'ala preserved such barakah and such khair Allah Ta'ala brought about, that this consciousness of Allah's Deen was rekindled again, that had come out of the Ummah after the fall of the Ottoman Khilafah. One of our students' father told us a few years ago when he came here in Jamaat, he says it was the 80s and a Jamaat came to our area for the first time and people were pelting them with tomatoes and onions and potatoes and there was no one joining them, saying that where you all come from India, you all coming to teach us. And Ya Allah, after days of effort, one man joined them. And when they asked him what happened, he said, my wife saw Rasulullah ﷺ in a dream that y'all were making gush and people were pelting y'all and the beloved of Allah ﷺ was defending y'all. He says at that time there wasn't people, even 4 people in our masjid in Khalil would not even come to the masjid. Today there's 5 such masjids in the same area and every masjid is filled to the brim at the time of Fajr. What a Mubarak effort, and what Mubarak efforts Allah Ta'ala has given us. Let's value the efforts of Deen. Let's rekindle our Iman. Let's connect to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. And let's make dua for these Mubarak lands. And let's do what we can in connecting ourselves to Allah and returning to the Deen of Allah Ta'ala. Allah give us tawfiq. Allah give us love for Sahaba. Radiyallahu anhum. Wa sallallahu ala nabil ummi bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.